Hello, I'm John with Roadkill Incorporated, and it has been a while. I've just been busy with a lot of other stuff, and the pickups have been pretty slow, but I'm doing one today. This is all the scrap that I'm taking back. It's pretty much stripped of anything worthwhile, and everything here is defective and smashed and whatever. So anyway, I'll be picking up a few small lots, some chargers, some Apple desktops, and a lot of iPhones, maybe 200 iPhones, up to like iPhone 8. I'm not really excited about iPhones because they're generally locked and they don't really sell for much, but I can't complain. We'll see what we have, and I'll talk to you soon. Alright, so just did the pickup and it's already looking really interesting. Commodore 1541 disk drive, definitely a first. Mirror doors G4 desktop. I don't have a mirror doors, so that's a good thing. An older G4 next to it. iPhones, iPads, lots more iPhones, iPads. Atari 400. I don't have an Atari 400. I have an 800, a couple 800s. So nice to have a 400, I guess. Chargers, iPads, iPhones, some beige. Speakers, Apple speakers. Never knew they came out with speakers, so that's nice. CRT original iMac, broken in half unfortunately, but we'll have to look at that. And then a palette back there of more iPhones, iPads, and laptops. So they threw that one at me last minute. So anyway, I'll get this back and we'll see what it looks like. All right, so I got everything in. I'm gonna do this in one take, so if it's a little clunkier than usual, well, that's probably why. So retro stuff over here. Actually, it's all retro stuff really, but the more retro here and then over there, and the iPads, iPhones over there. So yeah, I'll get started. So here are the Apple speakers. I didn't really realize they existed. They're very tough, like metal almost, feels like, or maybe hard plastic, I don't know. But yeah, they don't have the power adapter, but that's fine. At least they've got the primary cable there. I'm excited about these. I have a feeling they probably work. So then we have the sad Atari 400. Yeah, it's just very dirty. A lot of people have a soft spot for these guys. I think it's just because they grew up with them. I don't understand why else they would really, because you know they have the microwave oven keyboard, which is impossible to type on. The 400 has one cartridge slot, the left cartridge. Yeah, the Atari 800 has two, so you put in like a basic cartridge and then a game cartridge. I don't recall if the 400 has basic integrated. I wouldn't think it would. But yeah, this machine is not in wonderful shape. The Ataris were cool. They have four joystick ports so you can play games. I remember a game called Crypt of the Undead, used four joysticks. That was fun. I'd play that at my friend's house who had an Atari 800. A lot of aesthetic issues that are really nice and interesting about Ataris that make them attractive computers, even though they're not quite as powerful as Commodores. So I think that's the power jack there. And then this is cut. Recyclers often cut stuff when they think it's just gonna get scrapped. I assume this is RF modulator, channel 3 and 4. And then I think this is the RF video that was cut. So crack here. Yeah, so this needs some work. So Commodore 1541 drive in good shape. It's the one with the latch like that, which is actually preferable because the one that pushes in tends to bang up and down when you transport it. So these guys are very heavy. I have a huge pile of them. Then we have the Power Macintosh G3, beige or yellow. I think it was on the list as a workgroup server. I don't really know what a workgroup server is. I assume it's just a different, you know, maybe RAM and network card and hard drive configuration. I don't think they're significantly different than the other machines. Missing a faceplate there. What does the back of this look like? Yeah, it's got, well, that's a phone jack, I guess. So yeah, anyway, so we have a, what is this? We have an iMac broken apart. I don't know if it's one of the desirable colors. I'm thinking it's one of the more uncommon colors. The really common one is a lighter blue. It's cracked open like this. I don't know why. I've never worked on one of these. Don't really look forward to working on one of these, but I don't know. We'll have to power it on, see if it's basically working. Maybe I can put it back together. Here we have a lot of chargers. I see some old school, like, you know, oh, it's been clipped. That's not good. I once bought like 500 and they were all clipped like that. I had to do this return with a recycler. It was bad, very bad. But here's a good one. So that's good. These are actually very desirable because they don't make them anymore. And China is not producing any either. So I actually want to see MagSafe 1 because I have so many more MagSafe 1 computers than MagSafe 2. So yeah, happy to see MagSafe 1. Although I really prefer the third party because they're brand new. You just take a box out of the box and throw it into the shipping box and you're done. You know, with these, although they are OEM, they're dirty and gross and you have to test them and all of that stuff. So moving on, here is a G5. Didn't really want to get another G5. I got rid of dozens, a year ago. So that's a nice SCSI port there, dual video. Yeah, but what are you gonna do? Drives pulled. It's not the liquid cooled version. I've never had a liquid cooled version, so that was my first thought. Maybe I got one of those. So now we have two G4s. You can see the difference in the back. This is the older, more standard, I guess you would say. And then this is the mirror doors. I've never actually seen one like this. It's, you know, very interesting cooling situation. Oh, and it's got the, what do you call it? I forgot what that's called, but it works with the cinema display adapter or monitor. I actually have one of those. I think I've shown it before. The big sort of transparent CRT that works with that connector, which is nice because you can, you know, hit the power on the monitor and then the computer powers on too. So that would be cool if this is another computer that can work with that monitor. So called mirror doors because it has two optical drives, I believe, and they are sort of like mirrors. Hopefully it works well. This guy, I have one like this. I don't recall this speaker situation in the front of it. I'll have to compare this to that and see if this is a different configuration than I have. But these are always nice. You just kind of pop them open like that. Hard drives have been pulled out of these guys. There's the wireless card there on the bottom. Wireless B. The big card's wireless B. The Airport Extreme is wireless G. So this does look different inside. This one's a 700 megahertz, 733, I think. I looked at the sticker a while back. This one has 2 hard drives. Interesting how they're mounted in there. Is that the same thing? Yeah, different configuration of the hard drive between the two machines. So yeah, cool. I'm happy to get these, although I'm only going to have so much room for the big stuff going forward. I've got a lot of space, but any amount of space can be filled up. So, so we got a mini A1181. I don't know why they're giving me A1181s. I told them a long time ago I don't really want A1181s, so they stopped giving me, you know, giant piles of them. But now and then one will show up on the list. A couple times they've showed up on the list. they ended up being those Axitron mod books. So I see one on the list and I get excited, and then of course it's not that, but whatever. So iBook 14-inch, 15-inch aluminums, some pretty good titaniums, happy to see. That key is not a problem, I've got lots of keyboards. Yeah, I'm not looking forward to cleaning these guys off. Maybe I'll get lucky and it'll have a GPU issue and I won't have to deal with it. We'll see. So Airs 11 and 13, and there's an original Air. I hate those things, but I've got a guy who likes them, so that will definitely go to him. 1278, 1342. I don't have a clean room, so I don't know. I guess I won't get to use that machine, unfortunately. Then we've got, that's a nice Pismo on top. I think a couple Wall Streets below it. 4 promising Retinas, a 13 and some 15s. So those are always really exciting to fire up, although they tend to have issues. You know, why would someone give up one of those at this point? Then we have some of the grays. Duo 230. This guy comes with glitch art built in. Look at that. That's just for a screen that's powered off. That's just pretty remarkable. 15-inch PowerBooks. This one, this 520, I don't know much about these machines, just a disclaimer, but I have a bunch of these and they're just totally crunched. The screen mechanism and the hinge just does not hold up. But this one might be the best shape of any of these I have, the 520s. And then here we have 100s, which are very desirable. They're just really cool, cute little machines. This one's got a marble replacement. I don't know if that's just a marble or if they made a marble that could go there. It must be custom. I mean, that's a specific size. These were both like sealed practically to the base. I guess just from time and the plastic rubber edge there just kind of melting. So I was having trouble getting them open, but I eventually worked through it. And what else? 17-inch aluminum and 17-inch PowerBook. More crappy white unibodies. I have so many of those things. And that is, we've got some iBooks. Oh, and what's this? iPhones and iPads. Ooh, yeah. So, yeah, fortunately, these are not iPad 1 and 2 for the most part. It's getting to the point of getting a lot of Airs and 5s and things like that. Oh, look at this. This is crazy. Every time I see one of these, I'm just like, whoa. Apparently, these are hard to replace the glass on. Maybe it's one of those that has, you know, the screen and the glass together, and therefore you have to buy some big expensive thing. I don't know. People don't seem to like them. But I don't know. Maybe I can get $100 for it. Just so amazing how huge they are. I have the large size of a more recent model, and it just feels so much smaller than this crazy thing. It's got a lot of minis. Couple 2s or 3s. These are all like Airs, I think. I don't really recall seeing anything but like 2s and 3s in a case like this. Yeah, open up. There we go. So I'll get rid of those cases. I don't think anyone cares about those at this point. Isn't that colorful? I just love looking at that. And then we have more phones. 4s over there. I don't know what these are. 6s, 7s, 8s. I'm really bad with phones, but I'll figure that out at some point. More Airs, minis. This one is slightly bent, but you know, aren't we all? And then more. So yeah, happy to see the Airs, the 5s, all of that kind of thing. The phones, you know, like I mentioned before, mostly locked. higher percentage of locked phones than iPads, definitely. I'd say 90% of the phones are locked, and then iPads, you know, a little less than that, probably 70% locked or managed. So anyway, we'll deal with them, sell them off in bulk probably. I don't know if anyone's, I know that iPads are now able to be unlocked by changing the serial number. I know Apple Tech, I think, has something out for that, which is good. You know, I mean, I don't know what Apple thinks of changing serial numbers. Probably not. They probably don't like that. But I think it's good that people out there are doing it, because they're taking iPads and making them actually fully usable. Because if you change the serial number, it releases the lock, and it's not bypassed, it's not jailbroken. So you don't have a device that's affected that can be reset and then locked again. With a different serial number, it's truly free of the lock, which is great. So I'm wondering if it's now possible to unlock iPhones by changing the serial number. I don't know. I don't know iPhones well. Maybe there's more to it because of the cellular connection and the IMEI and all of that stuff. But I'm just sort of guessing out loud that maybe there's more hope for the phones than there was just a while back. So anyway, enough blabbering away. I will get this inside, and I will talk to you soon. Okay, so I'm back inside. Just a few things I wanted to update you on. Oh, before I forget, it's crazy. I was driving back and I heard this alarm sound like "Meow, meow, meow" in the back of the van. It scared me to death. I didn't know what it was. I thought the police were behind me or something. And I realized it was some device that I had back there doing something. And I didn't know which one it was. And then I happened to have this iPad just sitting on the floor. And I was working, and I suddenly heard this like high-pitched noise of like a child screeching. And this iPad comes alive every 5 minutes and does this weird thing. So, it's smashed, so I don't exactly know what's going on with it, but at least I found the problem. It was pretty bizarre. So, yeah, there's that. And so, yeah, anyway, I wanted to show off my iPad processing desk here and my disk wiping situation. There have been a few improvements. So I got these RS Tech powered USB hubs. They have to be powered because the computer doesn't have enough power to drive a hub like that and to charge all of these iPads. But these were, I think it was like $40 on Newegg or something. So I got two of those, one for 30 pin and then one for Lightning. And then I've got configurator 2 going. So this one's got five connected right now, and I just chose restore, and I'll click restore, and then bam, it goes and does that, and in 5 minutes, 7 minutes, it's all done. So I've got some iPads here. This is my magnifying glass because I'm blind and I can't read the stupid serial numbers. But anyway, there's the pile of 7, and so I will hit restore there, and those will start going. I've been putting them back into DFU mode more and more because I'm finding it's not working that well if they're not in DFU mode. Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. And I don't know what's going on lately. I think there's been an iOS update lately, because when I first connected these machines, or these iPads, it said, oh, I need to do a configurator 2 update, and then I need to download all this stuff to be able to do these iPads. I mean, a week ago, these same iPads, Air 1, Air 2, 5s, and 6s were working fine with this system. But now it's doing all these updates, and after it goes through this whole process, it seems to be not fully finishing like half of them, and then I have to do those manually. So that's frustrating, because it's like you get this whole system in place and you want it to work, but I don't know, maybe they need to release an update to the update. But anyway, here's my iPad processing system. I have another desk on the other side where I charge them, then I bring them over to, you know, these are ready to be wiped, and then they get wiped, and then I sort them by whatever they are, you know, cracked glass, managed, locked, bad screen, so many categories of damage. So anyway, now I'll show you my disk wiping situation. Disk wiping is important. If you deal with like R2 recyclers, they need the DoD standard applied. Does a triple wipe, writes 3 times across the drive, so you need some fairly sophisticated software to do that. I mean, it's all nonsense, but you just have to do it. So this is called Kill Disk for Mac, Active Kill Disk Professional. It was remarkably cheap. It was like $60 for the Mac version. A lot of these programs cost like thousands and thousands of dollars and charge you like, you know, $5 a wipe or something stupid. This one, yeah, $60. It does the DoD wipe. It does it prints an erase certificate, which, you know, some entities might require a certificate showing that a drive has been erased, that kind of thing. It creates a log of activity, so you can give an entity, you know, a log of, you know, here are the 500 drives I've wiped in the last 3 months, that kind of thing, which is good. Yeah, and you just select the drives, and then it goes. I bought this StarTech gizmo. You plug in 4 drives, 2.5 inch or 3.5 inch, and yeah, and they show up there. And so I've got them selected. So I'll just hit erase disk, and you can choose what report you want, the erase certificate. Here's the DoD 3-pass wiping method. It wants you to enter a key phrase, just as sort of a security thing, so I'll type that in. And there it goes. So it does 2 at once. I think the licensing for this version only allows for 2 at once, but once it's done with the 2, it will continue on to the other 2. So you can load up 4, hit go, and then, you know, after lunch they'll be done and you can load up another 4. I think you could probably get a license that would let you do 4 at once. So yeah, pretty cool system. I'm very happy with it. I went from something far inferior to this to, you know, having a nice little disk wiping setup going. So yeah, there's that. What else? I don't know. I think that's about it. Oh, I got these tables. I love Costco tables. I mean, if there's been one advancement in the last 50 years of technology, it's that card tables are now so much better. They fold in the middle like this, and they fold up into this nice little sort of brick that you can carry around. And they're so stable. They're just really, really nice. So I got these 2 tables. They're just really, really usable. And I used to have this big empty space in the middle of the room, but I figured I could use the space a little better. So I put these 2 tables up, and it's really great because I can work over here and then just have a stash of what I'm working on over here, so I don't have to pile everything up right in my workspace. So that's a really big improvement. Plus you can put things under the tables, you know. It's just a world of possibility. But yeah, sometimes it's small things that make a big difference, and just having these tables here, you know, my space is really coming together, which is nice. And yeah, I think that will be it for today. Here's the big guy again. Don't know what I'll do with him. But anyway, I'll talk to you soon. Thanks for watching.